In this week's Torah portion, Mishpatim, a direct continuation of Yitro, at the very peak, the pinnacle of this relationship, this intimate relationship between man and God, I got to tell you, it almost seems as if there is not a more perplexing, embarrassing moment in the entire Bible. In this intimate moment between man and God, right, we can almost feel God. All of a sudden God comes and says, that's it, I'm sending an angel, an intermediary, who's going to now take you to, don't worry, he's going to take you straight to Israel. Listen to everything he says, don't you dare not listen to him. End of story. What's going on? I thought we were having a moment. And if that's not enough, right after God says, I'm sending an intermediary, all of a sudden God says right after that to Moses, come up to the mountain, I want to talk to you. What's going on? Is it with you? Is it with an intermediary? What's going on here? It's as if God is confused. I'm very sorry for saying this. And Moses the exact same. The Midrash tells us that when God says to Moses, I'm sending an intermediary, I'm sending an angel, Moses can't handle this. He says, I don't want this. I want to deal with you, God. What are you sending an angel for? Which, by the way, is a little bit hypocritical on Moses' part, forgive me for saying. Because what happened last week? Yitro comes to Moses and says, dude, you need intermediaries. You can't handle the Israelites and tell them, be the rabbi of everyone. We need a hierarchy. It's the healthy thing to do. There Moses accepts it, and here he doesn't want a hierarchy with God. That seems right like a double standard. What's going on here? I don't really think it's a double standard, but I think it's part of this confusing, this embarrassing moment of intimacy between man and God. Because Moses, in fact, doesn't want a hierarchy between us and God because he wants God to rule over all of us, right, for the benefit of the people. But here's this tragic character called Moses, this paradoxical character. Because while Moses is fighting for there to be no intermediaries, he becomes the intermediary, and the sin of the golden calf happens. It seems as if in the Torah portion of Mishpatim, at this peak on Mount Sinai, the peak of the relationship, this intimate moment between man and God, it could not be more confusing and more embarrassing. We have a triangle. God, man, intermediary. The Bible was not able to solve this relationship, how man can deal with God directly without an intermediary. I'll tell you who I think solved it. The greatest rebel in Jewish history, King David. If the Torah starts with B, with Bereshit, of course King David will start his Psalms with which letter? Aleph, Ashrei. If God says to David, I'm sorry, you're not going to build a temple, David says, fine, I know it's going to be destroyed anyway. The temple is an intermediary, I don't want that. What I really want is to break this triangle and create a direct line, man, God. And that is Psalms. Because what are Psalms? You have a problem, King David says, talk to God. You want to thank him? Talk to God. Put the Rebbe aside, put Moses aside, sorry for saying this, go directly to God. If you like, King David, thousands of years later, was able to solve this perplexing, embarrassing moment we feel at the peak of this intimate moment between man and God. Thoughts on Parashat Mishpatim, King David and Moses. Shabbat Shalom.